So this is part 2 of the best mouse modifiers you didn't know about in Reaper. We could also choose left drag media item. And here there's a bunch of different behaviors, again, assigned by default. But let's check out some hidden ones we're not seeing at the moment. Double click over here, go to move item, and we could choose to only move our items vertically, which is not set up by default, but we could set it to any modifier we want. So now I can move this item down here, but notice it moves left and right, up and down, or hold on the modifier we just chose, and it'll restrict it to just up and down movement. I can't move it left and right, can only move it vertically, at least while holding down that modifier, because we chose it right here. Again, this behavior is hidden. And we can do the same thing by copying it vertically as well. So now, if we want to copy this item, instead of doing it the normal way, Control on the PC, Command on the Mac, which moves it anywhere we want, we can constrain it and it still duplicates it. We can't move it left or right. We can only move it vertically, up and down. But we could also move or copy with ripple editing turned on. So let's choose ripple edit this track. So now I can move this item completely separately, like this. But if I hold down that modifier, it's going to ripple edit this track, meaning everything on this side is going to move with it, like this. We'll grab this one, everything to the right of it moves with it, known as ripple editing. And we turned it on just by choosing it over here, without having to do it with a toolbar button up here, turning on ripple editing, and then turning it off after. We could do it all from here with the mouse modifier. Have it turned off and drag normally, or add in the modifier to ripple edit just for this track, or ripple edit all tracks. So now I can grab over here, all the tracks to the right of it, move with it. And we could also choose under move to just move item edges, but not contents. So normally when we move our items, everything moves together. Or we could use Alt on the PC, Option on the Mac, and just move the contents within the item. But if we use this hidden behavior, we could also move the edges without the contents. So if I drag it, the item moves, but the content stays in the same place. Do it with this one, or this one. So change the boundaries of the item without changing where the content lies on the timeline. Pretty helpful for adjusting our items without changing their timing. And again, that's hidden by default. And we could also adjust item volume, either normally or fine-tuned. Choose this one. We could hold down the modifier to adjust the volume on this item. Either drag it up to make it louder, or down to make it lower. Now we could just use the knob over here to do the same thing, but if you don't want to, just want to put your mouse within the item, we could assign it within the mouse modifiers, right over here. And again, you could assign it with fine-tuning. We could use pan, pitch fine-tuned, or even marquee select our items. Now this is useful if you don't want to right drag to marquee select your items. So instead of right dragging to do it, we could do it while left dragging within the item. Hold on the modifier and get that same behavior as marquee selecting our items while doing it with left drag. Now you could also go to our toolbar and left drag from here and then marquee select our items. But you could also do it without going up here and just using the modifier we set up to marquee select our items by left dragging. And we could also set it to marquee zoom just like before. Although I don't prefer this behavior because you have to do it within an item. You can't start over here. So if you want to zoom for these 3 tracks, you have to do it within the item, like this. But I'll come back to that in a bit. Just know you can do it from here. So those are the hidden behaviors in media item left drag. But we could also choose, and this is where it really gets powerful, the media item bottom half. As you can see, nothing is assigned to this, so everything from the top half is going to be assigned to the bottom half. But we could use that to create different behaviors. Let's go to left click. Like I showed you before, the default action is just going to select the item. We could change the bottom half to also move the edit cursor. So now, if I just want to select my item, I can click on the top half, and it just selects the item. Or, if I wanted to also move the cursor, I could click on the bottom half. Now it selects the item, but also moves the edit cursor, giving us more flexibility without even using a modifier. It's just based on where I place my cursor on the top or bottom half. And we could also use this if we want to split our items. Just split. And again, let's zoom in. If I want to select my items, just click on the top half. But if I want to split my items, just click on the bottom half, and it creates a split in those items without having to hold down a modifier or using a keyboard shortcut like the S key. Just click wherever we want, and it creates a split in our items. Let's put this back to where I had it set before, where it's going to move the edit cursor. And let's take a look at the double click context, which is going to affect what happens when we double click our items. Again, by default, if we double click our items, it opens up the media item properties. But if we double click the bottom half, we could do completely different things. For example, let's choose something from the action list, type into the filter, toggle mute, and we'll choose the toggle mute item properties. And assign that to the bottom half, double click. So now, if I double click the top half, it opens up the properties. But if I double click the bottom half, it mutes that item that easily. Just mute each one, double click it to unmute it, and we can quickly mute and unmute our items. And of course, you could assign any action in here. So that's the media item bottom half double click context. Now, because of the length of this video, I've divided it into 3 parts. Check out part 3 next. So that's pretty much it. That's the best mouse modifiers you didn't know about in Reaper. I hope you learned something, hope you can use it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.
It's Reaper Mania. It's Reaper Mania. Do 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 da do do. It's Reaper Mania. It's Reaper Mania. Do 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 da do do.
Bingo, boys, let's go.